Hello everybody and welcome back to Emily's Upcycled Home, where I take thrifted and salvaged items and make them into cute home decor pieces. Follow me on my Facebook business page where you can catch me live every Friday at my new time at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for live auction sales over on Whatnot. Follow me on other social media apps under Emily's Upcycled Home. And if you like my content, hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more DIY videos. So for our first project, we're going to come in with Fusion Milk Pink and Stockholm Green. And we're going to use some wooden pins here from Amazon. I got 100 count. You can find that on Amazon. I'll go ahead and try to link that in the description as well as my paint products I am using. So if you haven't used milk paint, it is a 1-to-1 ratio of water and powder. Mix that up, let it sit, and then go ahead and use it for painting. Now these didn't give me a lot of chippy look, and I was excited to use this color because I just got it in the mail. But so I went ahead and I found these clothespins. Now I know I have some orders from people that needed these, and I do apologize. I am still on bed rest, but they will be coming if you are still interested. So these are just 6-piece clothespins that I'm putting together because they were supposed to be for my Whatnot show that got canceled due to my health. But we're going to come back eventually, you guys. So I hope you guys are still following me over there on Whatnot, because I will come back and bookmark those shows for you all. So I'm coming in after I went ahead and used my heat gun to thoroughly dry these. I'm coming in with some 220 grit sandpaper and sanding up all these pieces. Now this is a little tedious, but it is a cute result at the end. Now I did have some of these before. I stamped them, I add tags, but these were doing a little simpler. And I'm just going to sand them up and put some wax on them. I was thinking about coming in with DIY dark wax with these, but I know I come in a lot with the dark wax. So instead, I decided to come in with DIY, not DIY. This is actually Dixie Belle color wax in grunge gray or gray grunge. And I'm going to go ahead and hit all of these clothespins with this wax, and like always, you want to go ahead and wipe off all the excess. Now I only found 12 in this, so I'm going to go ahead and do 6 per bundle on this piece. I use rubber bands to hold them into place, and then when I come in with my twine, I go ahead and wrap that twine around my rubber band, making sure I cover that as many times as you want. You guys go ahead and wrap that twine around your little bundles here. Now when I'm done wrapping the twine, I'm going to tie a bow, just a simple bow here. I'm going to add in a little sprig of green, and I chose some yellow floral sprigs because I just thought that it added a little charm and a pop of color to these pieces and breaking up that green. Once again, coming back in with my lighter to clean up all my flyaways, and this project is complete. So moving on to our next project, we are coming in with raw silk milk paint, and this is a lamp part that I had in my stash. It looks like I already had it painted somewhat to make it into something else, so I am going to finish this off with some milk paint. And once again, I do the same technique that I do on my other videos. When I'm using milk paint, I layer on that paint, come in with my heat gun to get that crackle and that chippy effect here, and to give it a lot of texture with all the layers and the thickness of paint. Now as far as the little bird, I come in and repeat that process for the little bird. This is a ceramic bird that you can buy at Hobby Lobby. I went ahead and painted it just to go with this cute little piece, and like always, if you can get it at Hobby Lobby exactly like is, I usually change things up from there. So I wanted to come in and repeat that chippy paint process. So as I chipped away the paint there after it dried. It flaked off, exposing that green textured or that green color underneath our milk paint and giving it a little bit of age and texture as well as charm with all that chippy goodness. Now, as far as gluing this, I couldn't find my E6000, so I did get my heat gun really hot and I attached that way, but I'll show that completed later on in the video. For as far as our transfer is concerned, I'm just coming in with that same EPHERMAL MALANGE packet by IOD. I found just a little simple little type label here that goes with that green from our bird, and I didn't have my little tool there, so anything that's on my table here becomes my scraper here. So I'm rubbing on that transfer, and then we'll go ahead and hot glue that top. And to seal everything, I'm coming in with Dixie Belle clear coat and a flat finish. Now for all these Dixie Belle IOD Fusion products, you can go ahead and use my affiliate link down in the description. All these products are in a one-stop shop there with my affiliate link. So I'm going to go ahead and cover in that bird as well and then glue this together, and this project is complete as well. For our third project, we are coming in with this frame, and not to bore you with the painting so much here, I come in with that same Fusion raw silk paint color in the milk paint, repeating the process that we just did on the bird, coming in with that heat gun, layering up the milk paint and creating a chippy layered paint texture here with some chippy paint and some crackle and a thick paint look here. Now this is the process that works best for me, but if you have another process that works for you, let us know down in the comments, so maybe we can try that out as well. I am hitting this heat gun over and over as I layer that paint, making sure I do not hit my brush because it will melt your bristles. So now I'm going to go ahead and come in with some 220 grit sandpaper. And you see that back, you guys. I told you I'm a messy crafter. I will go ahead and paint that up. But for right now, we're going to come in with that 220 grit sandpaper and help the chippy paint. You see how easily it's just flaking off. It's giving us this beautiful chippy look. Now I did get this frame off of a whatnot sale. I think it probably is at the dollar store, but you know, they were just selling it at a really cheap price, and I had some free shipping as well. So I went ahead and picked up a few things, but I'm coming in to seal it all, and except for the center where I'm going to add my art piece there with some DIY clear wax. And if you're interested in these brushes I'm using, I did get them off Amazon, so I will try to link that as well down in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and seal that, and then we're going to come in and work on the center. I came in with Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Fluff, just to give me a white background. And once again, coming in with that EPHERMAL MALANGE packet from IOD, I pick out this rose. And I don't really want to use the rose as is because I want this frame to go sideways the way I pictured it, is just layered up on a shelf on top of some books with some other little pieces in your vignette. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece in half, putting one on one corner and one on the bottom edge of the other corner. Once again, you want to make sure that you seal in your paint pieces before you add on a transfer, and making sure that it is thoroughly dry. So once again, coming in and sealing that piece, and now it's thoroughly dry, so we're going to go ahead on with our plan and adding one little rose at the bottom corner and the other at the top. And like always, whatever's on my table becomes my transfer tool. So here is my brush, and I'm just firmly rubbing that transfer on and pulling on the backing. And I'm going to repeat that process for the top. I did trim that straight here just so that it fits into that corner perfectly. And I'm going to come in, rubbing on that transfer once again, pulling off the backing. as well. And if any transfers pull up with your backing, go ahead and place your piece back down and re-rub on that transfer. So as far as this is concerned, I want to add a bird into the center of the piece here. So I do find a resin bird in my stash here. It just have some gold, but we're not going to keep that gold. I'm going to come in with this chalk mineral paint by Dixie Belle in the color by French Linen. To paint the bird, as well as I noticed the background of our little transfers there have this taupe color. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that into the background of the piece, trying to match up and trying to add some texture and some different dimension to this piece and make it look like a painting, I guess. I'm just stippling on that French Linen color by Dixie Belle, and we are going to layer this up with this color, just stippling all around the pieces to add that texture and dimension to our art piece here. Now you can add texture with your paint by just doing different stippling techniques or different brush strokes there, and I go ahead and repeat that process on our little bird, giving it a full coat of that French Linen coat color. And as far as adding this on, I will go ahead and hot glue that piece on because I couldn't find my E6000. So we're going to go ahead and use hot glue. I do come in with a little bit of the Dixie Belle fluff here. It's also a chalk paint, mineral paint. I go ahead and highlight our bird and come in and stipple in the corners, just giving our art piece a little bit of highlight and dimension to the center here. Now I'm just blending this in the best I can until I like the look of the piece. And once I have all that painting and texture where I want it and I glued on the piece, I'm just going to come in with DIY clear wax and seal up our bird and our transfers. Now, as far as the back is concerned, I have to clean up this mess. So I chose to come in with Fusion all-in-one paint in the color Victorian Lace. Now, Fusion does have a built-in sealer, so this is kind of a one and done, but I do have to do 2 coats here because it is a black surface. But here is the finished product. Here I am taking a simple wood round from Hobby Lobby and this little cloche that I found thrifting. I am going to come in with Cast Iron by Fusion Paint. If you haven't used cast iron color, it is a softer black tone here. And if you haven't used Fusion Paint, it is an all-in-one paint product. And it has a great coverage here. So I'm just going to come in with 1 coat. I don't need to seal this because, like I said, it does have its own built-in sealer. I am going to use my heat gun here and to dry up all this piece so we could move on a little faster to our next step here. And after this thoroughly dries, we are going to come in with a second color here because I want to layer up that color and distress the paint back to expose that black tone there. And once I have this thoroughly dry, I'm coming in with Fluff by Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral Paint. And I'm going to coat this layer. I don't know why I was using this little brush, just what I grabbed, but I go ahead and switch it out to my Stall Master brush here that you can also get from the Fusion line. I'm going to thoroughly coat this Fluff by Dixie Belle onto our wood round here. I believe I come in with 2 coats of this paint color just because I want a full coverage coat. And you know, white paint, usually you will need another second coat just so that I can take off a little bit of that streakiness and give this a full coverage look. Now, after I come in and do my second coat here, I come back in with my heat gun. And my thought process here is to come in with some transfers as well and decorate this up. And if you want to shop Fusion products and try these Fusion pieces and paint products I'm using here on this video for yourself, you can shop with my affiliate link down in the description. Now once I have this dry, I'm coming in with some IOD transfers here, and this is the internal melange packet that I actually found in my stash hidden behind my shelf, like it fell down. So we're going to be using this piece. I'm so glad that I found it, and I'm going to go ahead and add this transfer on. And if you haven't used IOD transfers yet, it's a simple process of layering on your picture, coming in with your transfer tool. Usually it's a smaller stick than my ruler here. I just could not find it. You go ahead and rub that transfer and pull off that backing, working your way down the transfer and pulling up the plastic as you go. And once again, if any of the pieces do not stick, just place that piece back down and rub that transfer back in. Make sure you take the back of your plastic piece and varnish that paper, giving that transfer a firm hold to your product. Now, once I have that in, I came in with my sandpaper and sanded it just because I wanted a little bit more of a distressed look, and it did bleed a little bit. So I'm coming in with a wet paper towel and wiping off a little bit of that red dust that I had. And then lastly, to seal it all in, I am coming in with DIY clear wax, and I am going to seal the product, making sure that I wipe off all the excess of the wax. And then I'm going to come in and repeat the process of painting it white with that Dixie Belle fluff and seal this up with some more wax just so that it has a finished look here. And once that we have this all finished, we'll go ahead and add a little bit to our cloche. Now I'm just coming in with a little sprig of greenery and some twine here. And I'm going to just attach that greenery with that twine, wrapping it a few times, and then tying this off with a bow. And then this project here will be finished. And let me know what you guys think at the end of the video of all the process, the products, and if you want to try Dixie Belle's items or IOD products. Once again, that link's in the description. And here are the finished projects. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the projects. Thank you all for watching. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Emily's Upcycled Home, and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any videos. And if you missed last week's video, I had 2 out. I'll go ahead and have that link in the description. You guys have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.